Hey guys, my name is Andrea Mathis and I am your instructor this semester for online statistics. And this video is just going to give you a quick little intro to how I have Canvas set up and the things that you'll be doing each week for grades and for attendance and that kind of thing. So the first thing I want to show you is just the main home page. When you log into Canvas and you click on our virtual class, this is what you're going to see. This is the main page. It won't look exactly like mine because I'm in instructor view right now. So you won't see some of this stuff that's off to the side, nor will you see some of the things that are grayed out down here, but you will see most of what you see right here, okay? This first page is, this home page is where I will put an announcement every single week about what's going to be due that week and other things that you may need to know, based on what kind of things are due. Like the week we have a first proctor test, I'll probably go into that a little farther than I will on weeks that we don't have the proctor test. But every week you'll get a new little announcement. And what I'll do is I'll just post them above the announcement from the week previous, so that if you need to go back and look at something from a previous announcement, you can just scroll back down the page, okay? So what you'll need to do first is you'll need to read through what I've got written here in week one, and that'll kind of uh, talk you through sort of what I'm doing here in the video. It's kind of the same thing. It'll tell you where to start, and when you're going to read through the material that I've got ready for you to read through this week, and give you another little information tidbits about the class and that kind of thing. So be sure you read all the way through it. This will be probably the longest announcement of the semester, but go all the way down and be sure you read the to-dos for this week, because this is what you're going to have to do for me this week in the class. Now, our first week we keep it kind of relaxed. Mainly what I want you to concentrate on is reading the information about the class itself, getting familiar with the due dates, and get registered for my stat lab. You won't have anything due there this week. You just need to get registered. And then taking a little getting started quiz that I'll tell you about in just a minute. That getting started quiz will be your attendance for this week. We take roll every single week based on one assignment, whether or not you get it done by the due date. So if you do the quiz by its due date, which is going to be next Sunday at 11:59 p.m., you'll be counted present this week, okay? You guys only get 2 absences. On your third absence, you will be cut out of class, which you don't want to do, because that means you'll either have to reinstate in the class or you'll have to withdraw. Otherwise, you'll get an F, okay? You'll read about all that kind of stuff in some of these pages I'm going to point out to you here in just a second. Now, my first link down below the home page is modules. This is where the whole class is kind of laid out, okay? You could pretty much start with the very first link and just step all the way through the whole class from beginning to end. The only exception to that is I do have some resource material down here at the very end. Some of the Northeast resources are down here at the very bottom. So you'll want to come down here and have a look at these at some point, hopefully this week. The main 2 modules are up top here, the class information and policies. You'll notice that the first page is labeled start here first, hint, hint. Okay, that's where I want you to go to begin with. And then you can click through the rest of these reading as you go. I do have some downloadable class resources down below the pages that I've got. Um, the syllabus for the course is included in that, as well as the assignment sheet from the book. That's what this is right here. It's the last one. And the MyStatLab registration instructions are there too. So you'll want to click on all of those, and maybe even print out some of it, like the assignment sheet or the syllabi. Okay. And then what you'll do once you get done with all that is you will do this getting started. This is some general information about online classes at Northeast. It's not really that specific to us in particular, but there's a lot of good information here for you if you're taking an online class. So go ahead and read through these. You won't see these last 2 down here at the bottom. The stuff that's in gray won't show up on your screen, but you will see these first few. So read through all of these and then take this getting started quiz by next Sunday, January the 22nd at 11:59 in order to be counted present. This does not affect your grade in any way. It should be pretty easy to get 100 on it. There, the questions are all answered in these pages right here. Above it, that's why you need to read through all that first. and then the quiz itself is pretty easy, and you can take it multiple times, so it's not like you're really limited there. Couple things, you'll click on Start Here first. I'm just going to kind of take you through some of these pages. After you read through the information here, clicking on your other links and that kind of thing as you go through, you can click the next button at the bottom, right down here, to go to your next page. And then you'll read through this. This outlines the grades, late policy, and makeups. Also, my list of don't use this as an excuse for not having your stuff done. That's what this is right here, okay? You've got to be sure that you're not allowing circumstances like registering late for class, not reading the information that I've told you to read, not planning on your part, not having the textbook or web. It's supposed to say my stat lab access. Sorry about that. I need to go back in and fix that. I use WebAssign in every single class except y'all's. And so if I say WebAssign in here, it's an accident, and I apologize. It's supposed to be my stat lab. Also, technical problems or just not having internet access. Those are not excuses. If you're taking an online class, you have got to have a way to get online. Okay, so if the internet goes out at your house, I get that it happens here too at my house, but you've got to have a backup plan for that. Okay, so if if you live close to McDonald's or whatever, just have a way to get somewhere where you can do some of these things. Another good idea is not to put stuff off. Don't procrastinate, because that's just opening yourself up to having a bad internet connection that night when you're trying to get stuff done by the due date. So don't procrastinate, and make sure you've got alternate plans for internet access. Makeup opportunities explained here as well. You can't retake anything, so if you take a test and you're not happy with your grade, there's no way to fix that. You can't retake a test. Okay. If you miss a test, there will be an opportunity to make it up, but you do have some points that are taken off for that. Okay, so just be sure you read through all of that really, really closely. We can keep stepping through here for a minute. The proctored exams, you have 2 proctored exams, the first one and the third, and then you also have a proctored final exam. Be sure you understand what that means. Okay, that means you can't take it at home. You have to take it in a proctored center. We have a thing over here called Smarter Proctoring that you guys will click on to set up your exams, and you'll be able to make appointments for that very soon. Go ahead and start making appointments for the days that those 3 exams are live, so that you can get them taken care of, because if you wait to make appointments, you won't get an appointment. Okay, they fill up very, very quickly, so just be real careful about that. And if you are not in the 5-county area, if you're not close to Northeast campus, then you need to be sure that you check out the e-learning webpage to make sure you understand what to do about that. Okay, because they have to be approved. You have to have approval for off-campus proctoring, even if it's at another community college. So you'll need to go through the e-learning webpage, and then you'll also have to apply to take your test off campus. Okay. We also have another thing called Be Virtual, which is an at-home live proctoring service. It costs money. You have to pay $25. I think it is extra, maybe a little bit more than that now. I do allow that. In those instances, what you'll do is you have to have a webcam to make it work. And there's some other requirements too, but you guys can read through the student guide to see what they are. But I do require that you tear your scratch paper up in front of the camera and dispose of it in front of the camera, if you choose to go that route. And I do occasionally have a few people who do that, just not very many. Okay. When you do go to take a proctored exam, you will have to take an ID. You either need your driver's license or your student ID or whatever. Okay. You got to have that or they won't let you take the test. All right, our next one is the course schedule with test dates and due dates. Please write these down soon on a calendar near you, okay? Put reminders and alarms and all that kind of stuff. The quizzes and tests will pop up on your main Canvas page under upcoming events or whatever it's called, but your MyStatLab stuff will not. it's not going to pop up there because I don't have an assignment attached to that other than the end assignment where I put the main grade for my Stat Lab in. So you're going to have to remember these due dates on your own. Okay, they're listed here. They'll be listed every single week on the home page, and they're on I'm sorry, here I go. They're on my Stat Lab. So there really is no excuse for not knowing those due dates. All right, now here's books and materials. We do have an ebook that you can access through my Stat Lab, or you can also access your ebook through the bookshelf over here. There's some information on how to deal with the Bible Source bookshelf. I'm not a huge fan of that ebook, but um, it's what we have. Now, I do think that the one that's connected through my Stat Lab is a little bit better. It's certainly better looking. So you may want to access that ebook through my Stat Lab. The only real difference between the two is that the Bible Source bookshelf can be downloaded. You can use an app on your computer or your device and download your books to that app, which makes it convenient for viewing offline. And the My Stat Lab book has to be done online. So that is kind of a disadvantage there. I don't know why this page is not pulling up, but this is the next one is the My Stat Lab information page. And my videos are not, there they are, there they are. Just took them a minute to pull up. The videos that I've got there for how you get registered for my Stat Lab are up and ready to go. And then here's my contact information. This is how you can get a hold of me during the semester. Email is the absolute best way. You can also use your Canvas inbox. That's connected to my email, so that works out great too. Office phone's right here. You can leave me a voicemail. I do try to respond to email and voicemail within 24 hours. There's sometimes a reason why I can't, but most of the time I can and do. I do not respond within 24 hours over the weekend, though, nor do I on holidays. So during spring break, I'll probably check my email maybe once or twice, but that's it. Okay, so just be prepared for that. But while we're in the school week itself, I check my email every single day, multiple times a day, except on the weekends. These are my current office hours for this semester. If you want to stop by campus and see me, that'll be just fine. Other times are available by appointment if those won't work for you. And I do have a YouTube channel. I don't have a lot of statistics videos, so I'm not sure how much good it'll do you, but that's where I'll put like this video right now is stored on that YouTube channel. All right, guys. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. So just be sure you read through all the information um, links that we've got. Yeah, there's a PDF. That's the last thing. Be sure you read through all of this very, very, very carefully, especially the testing stuff and the proctoring stuff. Okay, I want to be sure everybody understands that before we get going. Your first test is proctored, so you need to be prepared to make an appointment for that. I'll probably be putting those into Smarter Proctoring tomorrow, so maybe even as early as tomorrow you can start making appointments to take those proctor tests, okay? Alright, so just be sure you go to this home page. Hopefully you're already there since you're watching this video, and read through everything that I've got here, including the to-dos down here at the bottom, okay? See you guys later.